Pretty well, pretty well. I've been sort of passively watching some football and eating lots of full sodium, high fat food. So it's been going really well. About all you can ask for.
Nice. So, well, I mean, we've got two questions
All
that
right.
we have to ask everybody who calls in now for some reason. Or else the chat gets very angry at us.
Sure. Well, we don't want that because they're, the life of the party there.
So, the first question is, what is your opinion on erotic Star Trek fan fiction?
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek. Star Trek.
Star Trek. Okay.
A corollary question would be, would it make a difference, Star Trek versus Star Wars?
Well, it kind of would. I mean, because Star Wars, for one thing, I'm a fan of all of it, but, Star Wars, back in the day, if you had your Han and Leia action figure and your Millennium Falcon playset, that was, making those two guys bump uglies in the backseat of the Millennium Falcon, that was pretty much the height of entertainment in those days. So, extending that into fan fiction, sure, why not? But Star Trek, I think that gets kind of complex, man. There's a lot of characters. I'm in favor of it, but I'd have to be it's a cautious approval, I think you have to take that on a case by case, because like a Picard and Dr. Crusher, fanfic, that'd be cool. But once you start getting into data with anybody other than Tasha Yar, then it gets weird.
All right.
I like the fact that you're just sticking with Next Generation. You're not thinking intergenerational, because Will Wheaton, was it Will Wheaton that said intergenerational would be dirty? No, it was someone before him.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we asked the same question to Will Wheaton, and he
had a very interesting answer.
He had a very interesting answer. All right,
that would be a little sleazy, I think, intergenerational, because I don't know. I mean, can you imagine Spock with anyone, really? That would just be weird.
Spock and Janeway. Yeah.
Spock and Jane, that's where my mind went too, and that's just creepy.
I think they'd actually get along pretty well.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Spock and number 7.
Yeah.
Ooh, Spock and number 7. I like that.
Spock and Worf, yo.
Spock, Worf, and number 7. There we go.
Oh.
And moving
And Dax.
and moving on. Yeah.
I just thought of a great new project that that we can all get to work on. Sort of a joint Russ Pitts Loading Ready Run production. Star Trek, lewd pictures. Let's talk about that after the call here.
Yeah, okay.
Send an email to ohgodno@de5ertBus.com.
Man, that is a super useful email address that we've just invented.
Why didn't we think of that before?
So the other question, we've got ongoing challenge to collect facts from people that we phone to assemble a enormous database of facts, and we're getting $5 for each fact. So you don't have to necessarily answer right away, but be thinking about it. A fact. It doesn't have to be an important fact. It's just about about yourself or about the world or the animals or whatever, anything. A fact about anything.
Okay.
So if you want to just keep that in the back of your mind.
Sure. Okay. All right. I can roll that around. We can work with that. So tell me before we go on.
Yeah.
I have been I've been on the road. I literally drove to Texas and stayed at state parks and campgrounds, do some camping on the way. But so I've been away from the internet since Sunday.
Oh dear.
I've seen the total. You guys are over 300,000, which is amazing, by the way. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fantastic.
pretty ridiculous.
But where's that? How much longer do you guys have to bus now?
Currently, I think we're 8 more hours.
Yeah, we're currently going to be probably coming in sometime sort of 9 or 10 tonight, I think.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a new record, guys. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
That's very cool. Very cool. Well, I wish I could have seen more of it, but that's a long damn drive. But I'm glad that we could talk here. You guys made some time for me. I appreciate that.
You can watch all the highlights on YouTube.
I will.
All there.
Oh my God. All right, I'll do that.
So, for those people who don't know, maybe if you just want to tell the viewers and the chat and everybody a little bit about yourself. and who you are and why we're talking to you.
Sure. Yeah.
Why we deem you worthy to talk to.
Why am I worthy? Well, I don't know if I necessarily am worthy, but I know you guys and I have all worked together. When I was at The Escapist, I was, until September of this year, I was editor-in-chief of The Escapist. And before that, I was in charge of video at The Escapist. So a lot of what you probably know about The Escapist, particularly a lot of the videos that you may watch there, if you visit The Escapist, well, then that's my work. Then you're enjoying the products of my labor, and you're welcome. Before that, I guess the only other thing of significance that I did before that was I was at a network called Tech TV, working on a program called The Screensavers with Leo Laporte and Patrick Norton. And if you're not familiar with that, it was a call-in talk show about computers and technology, the first of its kind. And a lot of people seemed to like it. And we had a great time putting it together. It was really the first TV put together for technology enthusiasts, for geeks. It was really something I kind of miss a lot, actually. There's not really anything like it of its kind today. But, of course, everybody involved with that has since gone on to great and fabulous things.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for Tech TV and Screensavers in the chat here.
We also have a bunch of questions that we solicited from a blog post talking about your call-in, so I'm just going to skip to that. First of all, dear Dr. Pitts, are you a brony?
Am I a what?
Are you a brony?
Am I a brony? I have to admit, I don't even know what that is.
Yay!
We're going to put that as firmly as a no, then.
I would have thought Susan would put you on to that.
So, Russ, are you growing a mustache for Movember?
I actually started growing my mustache before Movember. That was a conscious decision. When I left The Escapist in September, I said, F it, I'm shaving the goatee and we're going full-on mustache.
Because nothing says hire me like a big mustache, right?
Yeah.
That's right. You know, it's kind of, I don't know what it is about mustaches, but it imbues a feeling of freedom and impartiality, and not giving as you said at the time, Kathleen, not giving a single solid fuck.
Yeah.
It's a symbol of strength.
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to bacon, how awesome is your mustache?
I think it's bacon. I think it's full bacon.
Full bacon.
Full bacon. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Dear Dr. Pitts, what is the best memory you have of working for The Escapist, and the best thing that has happened to you since you left? Awesome mustache. See, that's the next commenter.
So many good memories from The Escapist. I think, last time I was asked this question, I said the winning the Webby this past year for the best lifestyle, the People's Voice Award anyway, for best lifestyle website. First time a video game publication had been even up for that award, and the voters decided we deserved that award, and that was a really good sort of validation of everything that I had spent the team and I had spent doing for the past 5-6 years. And that felt really good. But on professionally, but on a personal note, probably the thing I enjoyed the most was covering Tokyo Game Show and going with our small video team at the time, and flying to Tokyo and spending a week just sort of banging around with a video camera, not speaking the language and making fools of ourselves. But that's, it was fun, and the show was fun, and the stuff we saw at the show was fun. But that's just, genuinely the kind of thing that you don't get to experience, and a lot of people don't get to experience. And that's one of those moments where, it made me sort of sit up and just be really thankful for this crazy damn career I kind of fell into, and getting to do things like that. Since leaving The Escapist, the best thing that's happened to me, I think, has been having nothing to do but play Skyrim.
You bastard.
Yeah, we are looking forward to that once we're done.
Yeah,
here.
it's a good one. I recommend taking a month off from everything, because you'll need it and more.
Okay, next question. Dear Dr. Pitts, will you continue to review games, or do you need to focus on other projects like a new job or the Asleep at the Keyboard podcast? Personally, I've always been a fan of your work as a critic. Also, do you think that you should have a more substantial part in Dangler and Butts, They Solve Crime?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I should definitely have a more substantial part in Dangler and Butts, They Solve Crime.
I imagine you as like the chief that they keep having to, they keep pulling them in from the street and taking their badges.
Yeah, the hard-ass chief. Yeah, who's always, he wants their butts, and and they need hard work. Yeah, work harder, and they're not doing it good enough. What I don't understand about those crime dramas is that what does the chief even do? All he does is yell. How do you get to be chief? Do you just get to yell a lot? I mean, are you a good yeller? Yes. You're chief of police. Congratulations.
You should be
That
the
would
chief's
awesome.
chief, like super chief, super chief Pitts.
Or maybe Russ is the mayor of the city that they go in.
Yeah, there's some inspiration for because we need 10 chapters before the end of Desert Bus. So there's some inspiration.
All right. Well, I would love to be chief. We should definitely talk about that. As far as the first part of that question, I actually do have a new job as of not very long ago. There is practically nothing I can say about it right now.
So the mustache wasn't a great impediment to the hiring process then.
No, the mustache didn't seem to really stop that very much. I've been filling my time since September doing a lot of freelance work and doing personal projects like the Sleep at the Keyboard podcast. But I do have a new job now that I'm not doing it yet, but it will be starting soon. And pretty much all I can say about that is that it will allow me to continue to build on the work that I have been doing for the past 5 or 6 years, which is great, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I may still be doing some of the AAK podcast. I may still review some games. I appreciate the compliment on that. I've enjoyed that. But most of my effort for the foreseeable future is going to be going into this as yet unspeakaboutable job.
Awesome. And let me just refresh that thread to make sure we're not missing any questions. This is a really interesting question. What skill that you acquired during your education has helped you the most in your career?
That's an easy one. Communication. Communication. And that's something I actually did. I actually went back and took a few adult education classes between Tech TV and The Escapist to sort of bone up on some stuff that I wanted to learn more about and that I felt that I needed to add to sort of my personal repertoire of skills. And one of the classes I took was on education, and it was specifically business communication. But the practices and the principles apply across the board, and that's something that it's something that's going to help you in any job, but particularly in an editor-in-chief role with a lot of information coming in and a lot of people reporting to you and a lot of moving parts and the kinds of stuff that we were doing at The Escapist in particular. Being able to communicate effectively and it's impossible to overstate how important that is in any job, particularly in that role. It served me extremely well.
Excellent. The first part of this question has already been answered, but what is your favorite meat product?
Bacon. I mean, what is that? I mean, that's a given, right?
Yeah, all right.
I mean, who says, I'm a big fan of venison sausage, I gotta say.
But don't you find it tastes a little gamey?
Well, yeah, but, it's venison, so, I mean, that's kind of the point of it, right?
Yeah. I guess that is wrapped up all our questions from your blog post, which I'm sure more will pop up. We can't, unfortunately, it's the last day. We have a very tight schedule, so we can't really do much with. We can't just keep you on here forever, even though you are super interesting to talk to.
No, I understand, and that's fine. And listen, I am gonna have to get back to some serious turkey and dressing eating as well.
Yes.
But I did just want to call in and talk to you guys and let you know just stupendously proud of what you're doing and how happy I am to be involved in any small way.
Thank you, and thank you so much for being so game.